Hey everyone! Welcome back. I am back today with more My Hero Academia, you guys. Oh wow, guys, My Villain Academia was really something. I cannot wait to get into it and see what's gonna happen next. Honestly, I think it was really interesting the way that they did it, and I'll get into it. I'll get into why I think that is, because now I've gotten some feedback on the episode, and I can kind of get a little bit more in depth with the overall story. So if you're joining me early today, you know just what that means. It means you are one of my awesome patrons. Thank you so much, and as always, I'm sending up those big old hugs right through that screen. And if not, still thank you for joining me today. I'm glad you're here. I do hope you'll consider supporting me that way. The link to my Patreon is going to be in the description down below. And if you are joining me on YouTube today, I would really love it if you could please like this video and subscribe to my channel. So yeah, so after hearing a little bit of feedback on the last episode, it sounds like in the manga, this information was presented before we find it. If I read it correctly, and if I didn't, I'm sorry and I'm wrong and don't listen to me, but for manga readers out there, maybe this will sound familiar to you, that this information that we got in the last episode was presented before they revealed to us that the Meta Liberation folks are now like in league with the League, or vice versa. I don't know, like that's kind of how it looks from everything else we've seen this season, is that like they're working together now, but I'm not sure how that, it certainly seems like they got off to a rough start, let's put it that way. But you know, it was confirmed to me that city that we see, like Shigaraki is like standing there smiling and it's like all decimated, that is the same one. So when he lets Gigantamakia, hope I'm saying that right, let loose, or whatever well, we don't know exactly what took place, just that, like, the city got decimated. I don't know if they're gonna tell us in this one like exactly what happens next, or if we're supposed to infer kind of like how they came to be partners. But I don't know, maybe they had like a weird kind of respect for that, and they were like, okay, we see that you're you know what, instead of fighting, why don't we join forces, because they weren't giving them very many options last time. It was like, you could do this and die, you could do this. So yes, I don't know, but they at least have some kind of understanding. And I don't know, I mean, it sure looked like they were all working together at the beginning of the season. So I'm not sure how we get from point A to point B, but I'm hoping they'll show us. But yeah, I thought it was an interesting choice to kind of like go back and show us all of that after we already know what's going to happen. Sometimes I like when a story is told that way. And I think I liked it in this case. I don't know, I haven't read the manga, so I don't know exactly like how it flowed differently. But it does kind of feel like you're putting together the pieces of, oh, this is how they got in touch. This is how. Also, I want to point out a few things about just the whole situation with Shigaraki, with the doctor. All for One is really good at like gaining loyalty. It's really crazy because he's so powerful, but it's also just scary to think of like how good he is at getting like followers. And also we got to see Shigaraki's backstory a little bit more last time, which I gotta say it was really sad in a lot of ways, and it was just really like disturbing in a lot of ways. So yeah, now that I know where those hands have been, it's not helping me to feel any better about them. Also, why the dog? Maybe did the dog get away? Let's just hope the dog got away to safety. Can we just pretend? Let's just all pretend that the dog got away to safety and was adopted by a nice family. Okay, so moving on. Yeah, I'm guessing they're going to show us like a part 2 of that. in this episode, but I honestly have no clue. Maybe we're just kind of supposed to like put the pieces together on our own. That's a dangerous game when it comes to me. I really need it like spelled out for me. You know? You guys know. You guys know. You've been watching me. Hopefully you've been watching me for a little bit. If not, I hope you go back and watch my other reactions. My Hero's been a great show and I've enjoyed it. So yeah, I think we have like 3-4 episodes left to go after this one. So I definitely feel like we're going to be starting to build up to something big. I mean, we've already been building up to something big this whole time, but we're going to actually be, I guess, like following through on the climax of that something big. So, all right, what do you say we jump in and get started and see what's going to happen on the next episode of My Hero? Let's go. Okay. Destro, the man who will destroy the present. Okay. So they went away. Wow. Okay. Oh, that's what's going on. Okay. Okay. This is the ones that survived. No. Oh, wow. They were able to put that together from what he said. Okay. This guy knows what he's doing. Ouch. She's getting this interview. This is reporting at its best? Worse? Oh. Yeah, no. She's not going to be so... Oh, there she is. Oh, Toga. Never thought I'd be rooting for Toga, but... You know, it's... You just need to back off. She's not going to quit. She's not going to quit. Curious. Landmine. Okay. Wow. Yeah. It's significantly numerous. Ick. No. Blech. I don't like syringes. What is her story, actually? I'd be really curious to know. Ow. Ew. 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 Oldest daughter. What? Wait, I want to see these. I mean, she is cheerful. That's a good question. I'm kind of curious to know myself. What? Was that Izuka? And that's exactly what she's doing. Oh, her... Oh. Oh, dang. Now we're gonna get it. Oh, okay. Oh, and then the mask falls off and the real toe goes underneath. Whoa. Oh, she did something. Ew, 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 ew. No. Oh my! Oh, she's in the zone. She's in the zone. She's in the bloody zone. Dang. Oh, no, she kill the birdie? Did she suck the birdie's blood? That's gross. Oh dear. She was always that way. The cheerful middle schooler was just a mask. So some of that was led by her quirk. She is super cute. Ew, she's eating the bird. Oh my. I mean, it's really hard to say. Oh. See, if that had been treated differently, I wonder. See, it's not really helpful when you have a child who doesn't know any better. You have to explain to them why that's... Oh. They want to make her like a champion of their cause. She's not into this. That's not how she sees herself. She's like, I like blood. Blood makes me happy. It's her love language. She does not see it that way. That's just how she expresses herself. And she's kept some of the blood and now she can turn into her. Oh man. Yeah, I remember she had that. I was wondering. Remember we were all like, wonder when she'll use it? She wants love. She feels love. She just... Ooh. Wow, Toga. And she gets their ability too. Oh my god. She can use it. She can make them float. She just really wants to be. She can get their quirk too. Oh my god. No, it wasn't I don't think it was her fear of death. I think it was her desire. She's like half and half. She's like half and half. That's so bizarre. Oh, God. Oh, lady, I don't know if you're going to get the time. No, it's never going to get written and the mask falls off. That's some powerful stuff right there. Because... Wow. What? Yeah. Rooting for you. That's his family. I so want to see more of his past. I'm rooting for you. That was his family? Someone in his family? Whoa. Ooh, he's not alright. He's not okay. How would that happen? Can he control it? Can he make it spread? Whoa. Ice. Is there something wrong? Oh, this is interesting. See the blue flame versus the ice. Oh, she's all right though, because we've seen her in present time. Oh, they. You're okay. You're okay. You're all right. You're okay. Oh, I almost kind of feel bad for Twice. Yeah, and then she like his mind like shattered. Oh no. Yeah, poor Twice. Oh, and they're like all coming to get him. Oh, okay. Interesting. Can bring him back. It's how you use it. This is the story of their recruitment, guys. Wow, guys, what the fudge? Oh my god, guys. That was nuts. That was nuts. So I gotta say, I got legitimately curious about what Toga's story was. And I have to say, there's a little bit of a parallel perhaps between her and Shigaraki in that they were very troubled, lost children. But they were children, you know? I don't know the details of what happened with Shigaraki, and it seems like he's having a hard time remembering himself, and he's only just getting like flashes here and there. I can't tell from the flashes like what exactly happened. And I don't know, can we even take All For One's word for it that he killed his whole family? Or did something else happen and he just can't remember? I honestly don't know. In Toga's case, I feel like it's very, very sad that like she would have been born with this ability that makes her naturally inclined to blood. And I mean, we know other heroes who are like inclined to things that are not looked at as traditionally good, you know? And we've seen that, but they always like find a way to make it work. And in her case, I feel like it seems like from a young age, she was just told like, stop that, just be good, just be normal. It's like, what does that mean? It's true, like you would wonder, what does that mean? To me, this is normal. The way she feels about blood is the way others feel. It's like endorphins are released, you know? It's the way she describes it's the way somebody feels when they kiss someone they love. I do think that what she's doing is incredibly harmful. I'm not saying like what she's doing is just fine because it feels good to her. But I do think that with some better guidance, she could have maybe shaped the way that she uses it a little bit differently. You know, I don't know if that makes any sense. It just seems to me like, you know, if that was something she couldn't help, then help her to understand, like, right and wrong, you know? If you just tell a kid, like, stop it, that's bad, it's like, I don't know. That's just kind of how I feel about it. Also, she can use the quirks, and we saw that she used Uraraka's, and I know way back when it happened, I know a lot of us were saying, like, she has a little bit of the blood. What's she going to do with the blood? And she was hanging on to it. Was it the fear of death that made her power up that way, or was it her desire to be close to someone she loves? It's a very, very, very interesting take because there really is no malice in what she does. It's not that what she's doing isn't harmful, the way she does it, but it is kind of interesting, her perspective on it. And we see how, like, being in the league, she's like, okay, the things we don't like, we should destroy. Like, that part she's on board with. But all these things that we've seen her do to, like, our crew, and we're like, oh my God, no, get away, stop hurting them, stop giving them a hard time. Her perception of that is from, like, a place of love. You know, it's really, really interesting. I'll be really curious to hear what you guys think about it. Because it definitely adds another layer to her besides just, like, cute, crazy schoolgirl. And you guys know I've, like, Toga's gotten, you know, a little bit worn on my patience a few times. But I am legitimately curious now to see, like, more of her. I just feel bad for Twice. I feel like Twice is, like, arguably one of the most likable villains. And so it looks like maybe next time we're going to get more about Twice. I like how I do kind of like this format of, like, piecing together things as we go along. It does kind of feel like we're being given little breadcrumbs about how everyone's abilities work and what motivates them and what's happened to them. So Shigaraki made something decay without touching it. He, like, made his decay spread, which is interesting. Are they doing this perhaps to test them, to test their limits, to see how they work? But yeah, I could see how Toga would be, like, the poster girl for their cause. Like, so now I think I get a little bit more of what they're after. So I was kind of trying to figure out, like, the whole meta liberation thing. They're advocates of people kind of celebrating their quirks instead of suppressing them. And it seems like perhaps that has to do with, does it particularly pertain to quirks that are seen as, like, negative? Because we know we've seen, like, the mind control quirk, we've seen, like, the darkness, the shadow quirk. Like, there are definitely quirks out there that I feel like are innately kind of seen as positive or negative. When really, when it comes down to it, a quirk is a quirk, you know? If I could put my leg all the way behind my head, which I'm pretty sure I can, I've never tried it, but I'm pretty sure that's a no-go. But, like, if I could, that's not positive or negative. That's just a thing that I can do, you know? If I'm right-handed or left-handed, that's just a thing that I can, has no positive or negative bearings on anything, unless somebody attributes that to it. You know what I mean? And I think that's kind of interesting to see. Certainly with an ability, I could see how it comes off that way more so than what I just described, you know. There's definitely attributes that people can quickly judge as positive or negative. But still, it's like a quirk is just a quirk, you know? It's just a thing you can do. If your quirk has to do with blood, you're probably going to have an interest in blood. And what you do with that, how others shape your reality with that info, you know? I mean, it's kind of just like anything else. People are in, like, non-My Hero world, in our world, people are born with things, and how they're perceived and how that perception shapes them kind of shapes who they become and what they do with it and about it. So, I don't know. It's interesting stuff to think about, honestly. You know, on the surface, we're watching, you know, this kind of fantasy world. But if you look a little bit beneath it, I think there's some interesting things to think about in relation to our own society. So, as is usually the case with all the best fiction, is it's like, you know, we're going to give you this twist on it, but this is what, you know, we're trying to provoke these thoughts. So yes, I'll be very curious to see. It does kind of feel like we're getting to know each villain a little bit better. So I'm happy about that. And I think that if they continue with that, I think it'll be really, really, really interesting to see. That the whole like Dobby fight had me kind of curious, but I'm not going to get too much into it because I don't know what is theory and what could be actual, like something from the manga that was dropped in the comments. So I don't want to go spreading that, whether it's manga spoiler or misinformation or theory. You know, I'll just kind of keep that under my hat for now, my invisible hat. Wow, guys, that was good. Never been a Toga person, but I'll tell you what, I'm legit drawn in, is what I'll say. I'm drawn in. Want to see more. All right, guys, that was fantastic. Oh my goodness. The season's been so interesting because we've explored so many different things, and we've explored a lot of different people's stories without it feeling disjointed, which I think is really a testament to the writing and everything. It's all kind of part of the bigger story that we're driving towards. So, all right, guys, I loved that. I hope you enjoyed watching it along with me. I can't wait to see what's going to happen next. As always, thank you so much for joining me today. Please be sure to join me next time. We will watch it together. Bye for now, guys.